girls and fewer back. 144, we feeling that. 144, we got your back. 144, can you
Fuck it, right? Right? Fuck
Right.
it. I'll tell you why, right? Because we're gonna start this shit right now. I don't give a fuck. Because I am the unknown factor. Yeah, this is the chosen world. And you know for a fact, if it's the chosen world, then I gotta have my brother from that same spiritual mother in the motherfucking house. Yeah, the other half, Killa Factor, Mister DKB,
What up,
that
what up?
machine.
What's up, Factor?
How you doing, bro?
Just chilling on this wonderful day. You know how it is.
Don't
Well,
mind me,
see,
light up.
that's all right.
Slim.
I'm about to say, you're gonna lead us into this episode.
Yo, man, yo, can I say, like, just based on this dude's name, bro, so many things like went through my head because it made me clear of one thing. He's a certain kind of nerd, and I am the same, and I love it. You know, you got to feed into that comic book. I say that my greatest influence in hip hop is Stan Lee for a reason, right? Right.
Definitely.
So that. Yeah, let's bring Grayson in the house, bro. What is up?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm
What
doing
up,
good.
Grayson?
Happy to be here.
Hell
Welcome to the
Been a
show.
long time coming.
Yeah, hey, look, man. I'll tell you, shit, you've been a long time coming. Wait till we get to like episode 30 or 40. And motherfucker, like, how you not brought us on yet? I'm like, because you see everything else, bro. There's a lot of the 144. That's why I love it, and that's why it's gonna take over, right? But that's a whole nother note, right? Because I love to throw my brother under the bus. Dick.
That's what he does. You know, just pops out of the question. But you know how we started off? How'd you get into music yourself?
So I'm pretty sure it's 10 years now. If not, it's definitely next year. But I'll do the long version because Judah actually knows the participants of it when he sees it. So my older brother Bolo, my cousin Muga, if you guys might know him or have used his beats at some point. And my uncle Meta and other friends back in Brooklyn, they used to rap back when I was like 10 years old. So they were called Hump Squad. It was an acronym. I don't exactly remember the whole acronym, but the exact whole thing was an acronym. So back then I was like 10. So they wasn't really letting me rap with them or even try.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Grayson, but Hub Squad, like even the squad was an acronym.
Yeah, hump, like HUMP Squad. All of it was an acronym.
Okay, go ahead. I just had to clarify that the squad part of that was an acronym because that's a lot.
Yeah, bro.
I understand why you do not remember in that case. Proceed.
Yeah, plus I was 10, so there was no way.
Yeah.
So like, you know, they used to rap and they ain't really let me get the rap, or I never got the chance to learn with them, you know, because I was like the little brother and everything. And then like, you know, on and off throughout those years, you know, we came from, you know, New York, then we moved to PA. There was chances of me recording and writing, but I couldn't for like just life reasons. And then finally at age 22, ironically enough, I was chilling at my house on my day off. I was playing Injustice. For those who know what Injustice is, it's a video game with DC characters.
Yeah.
Mugga hits me up saying, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "I'm just chilling." He's like, "Come through." I'm like, "All right." I play the game. I beat them in it. And then they, "What you want to do?" And I'm like, "I want to record something." And then we record my first track, which is called "Doing My Thing," which featured Mugga on the hook, Double, who was in a group with Mugga and someone else known as Tigger back then, but he's known as Lotto Lex. And their group was called The Hurt, but it was Double, Mugga on the hook, myself, Ty Brown, and my brother Bolo. And it was the four of us.
What were you?
Now I'm 31.
Were you then?
Oh, I was 22.
Okay. That's hey, man. That's kind of a Can I say that's kind of a later start too? It's not as late as Lights Out or My Ass, and that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
But hey, and I feel you on that, bro. I started when I was 32, so don't take that as any kind of. It is like it's cool. You know, I got love for that. When you feel it, and you do it. You know,
it was like when I was when I finally got to record at that time, it was because no one, like, it wasn't like moms could tell me, yo, you gotta get home. You know, it's like when I'm 22, I wasn't in school, I was at work and already had my own place, so it was like I could do music the way as long as I wanted to. So, like, that day that I was recording with them, you know, I recorded like a song and then I went to work and then came back home and had to bugging me, and from there I just kept on making more music, because throughout all the years of wanting to make music and freestyling with friends here and there, no matter where I moved at, you know, plus the combination of liking comic books, anime, and other stuff, there was a lot of things that I wanted to say that I wasn't even hearing in hip hop at all. So all those combined made it why I make the music I make now.
no, firstly, we need to work just based on this conversation, and we all like this right here, it all needs to happen, and I swear to God, I'll make a track up, dude. We'll put him on that fucking album we're gonna drop October 30th. That I need to get my ass on. I know, bro. I got you. We'll get it done. I swear. Right? It is Killa Factor, and it is a method. But we'll make him the one feature on it just because of that. And there's so many things based on the things you said that I want to get into, but I had to walk away for a moment. And there's a question that we haven't asked that often. And I hope my brother feels the question I'm asking, because it's related to the individual stage name. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Feel me? My brother to ask that question, though.
So how'd you get your name, Grayson?
Yeah, right.
No problem.
Right, bro. See, I set you up right.
No, but
bro.
I had other
love you,
shit
bro.
to ask. Thanks for setting me up, motherfucker. Stop setting me up. Set
Yeah,
yourself
man.
up.
Look, I'll try and do that more as
Sad.
opposed to throw you under the bus. I will. I'll try and set
I'd
it up
rather be
right.
set up than thrown under a bus. But anyways, because like I want to stop you real quick before you answer that, because one of our brothers, Kyle Draven, he told us about you because he knows we're fucking nerds too, and he was like, when I first met this guy, he went by some other name, and then he went by another name. Now he's Grayson. So I want you to get into all that.
I bet. So, when I first started making music, actually, you know what? You get the extra version, because we're gonna get and we're gonna get into a part later on, whether it's asked or not, in the sense of, because it kind of has to do with what I have coming up next month myself, but basically,
before you get into this whole story, because I want to hear it in its entirety, Grayson. I just have to say I love your name because, sir, I am the Wade Wilson of hip hop. You know what I mean? So proceed with the story, though. I just had to say that, man. I love it so much, bro. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. So before I was rapping, when I was like freestyling or whatever, you know, my original nickname, which my brother and my uncle dawned on me, was Matey. But that was when I was just freestyling or whatever. I couldn't record. Then when I started making music, I wanted to like start with a name fresh. So basically, I put the combination of like basically two nicknames I had as a teenager when I played games. So one was based off of like the fighting games I did, and I was Maverick. And then in the shooting games, in the shooting games I was Maverick. In the fighting games I was Ronin. So I just added that and called it Maverick to Ronin. Now also the deeper meaning of it, because there's always more meanings to it, is that Maverick and Ronin are also two Marvel characters that I really did like and never got love. They never got love. So
pause real quick. Look, real quick, I'm a promo. Check out the questionnaire. It has started to drop, right? We brought on Matt Hawkins, Avriel Averill Medell. That was terrible. Javon Stokes. We've got so many more guests coming up. Right, I just have to promo that real quick. But who is Maverick? That throws. I know.
Yeah, I know
Ronan.
Ronan. I mean, Ronan's dope.
Yeah, it's dope, dude. And I know Ronan from the comics. I want to point out, not from the MCU. Though that was dope as well, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
I
think they did it well as far as transferring it. Who the hell is? Wait, Cable, right?
No.
Really?
Maverick was in the Weapon X program with Wolverine. He was in that team.
Yeah. Okay, and like he had a cybernetic arm, right?
Nah, he was all right, so you ever seen sadly, have you seen X-Men Origins, the Wolverine?
Yes.
All right, so do you remember? Yeah, see, I said sadly, I gave it a brace. We all sad about it. Remember the dude Agent Zero? The one that was shooting and he couldn't miss?
Wait, and he had, correct me if I'm wrong, in the comics, he had a mask that was kind of similar to Wolverine's a little bit.
He had a yellow mask on in the comic books.
Okay. But correct me if I'm wrong, at points he was a nemesis of Cable's, was he not?
I don't remember that. Maybe. I don't think so, because he was the same. He was around the same time.
It is getting nerdy on the chosen world, man. You'd think it was the questionnaire. Or questionnaire. Oh my God. That's funny. No, I do think I remember that character now that you kind of explained him, though, because I think I had a couple things. Yeah, because I remember him being in the Weapon X program. Sorry, you just threw me off bringing up that character, man. But I love. So I need to know then, how did it go from that to like continue the story? This is
I got
awesome.
you. I got you.
I love.
So I went by Maverick to Ronan. And I spelled Ronan with an extra N, that way, like, just to make it, like, special, I guess. I was young. So I went 4 years into doing that. But what I've noticed was...
Hey, keep making me go off on tangents, Grayson. Why do you think so many hip-hop artists do that?
Of what? Change, like, making a name, like
spelling of something.
I feel like, me personally, I think it's to make it more memorable. For people to oh, this dude had a special thing in his name, so then now I can find them wherever I could look at, and also it'll help. It's supposed to help, like maybe whoever's featuring. If you're featuring somebody, they know exactly how to spell it because you have it spelled a certain way. But I faced the opposite of that, where
sometimes
I had a lot of
deep,
features
too much,
where they just left one N instead of two N's. So it was like, yeah, you could find my name and you know how to pronounce my name, but it wasn't my name. So it's like, some people just put Maverick and not the rest of my name. And it's like, okay, there's other Mavericks out there. There's Maverick Sabre and other people like that. So after like 4 years.
As the unknown factor, bro, I relate. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah, so
that shit's real hard.
So basically, after like 4 years, at this point, I've met Judah. I already started like performing and doing stuff, and I thought, all right, it's a good time to change my name before I get any bigger. That way, it won't be won't hurt as much. You know what I mean? Because when you change your name up, you have a possibility of losing some of your fan base because everyone doesn't really like double check or the internet and algorithms don't make it easy for people that want to follow you anyway. So I changed it to Nightwing, but I spelled it very different. I spelled it NYTEXING because I had the idea of X-Wing from someone else. And I kind of combined the idea. So when I first did that, I got the like jokes from other people and that were like my peers, and they were just joking, But then I did that for like a good, I could say 2 years. I'm gonna say 2 years. I'm gonna say I did that for 2, maybe 3 years. And at this point, I met Draven, where he probably met me as Maverick, but we met them know each other when I was Nightwing.
Much love to Draven.
Yeah.
Much love to Draven. and fucking part of the aliens, obviously part of the few, and someone that works his ass off. I want to point out, man, like we gotta get him. You know, bro, we gotta get him on the show. That's a different point. Fuck, man, that's my brother. I talk to him almost daily because, like I said, it's the Zay thing, but that's a different tip we'll get on when we get Draven on. But dude, he's been busy as shit, and part of him is like, dude, I don't want to do an interview right now. I'm like, fuck off, man. We do a good interview. Bring your ass on. But yeah,
he's been vastly busy because, like, what I can say is, in the sense of, I guess, my journey as a performing artist, like in the sense of doing shows, my first booking, was Maverick the Ronin, but like where the rise of me starting to get more shows and more stuff was when I was Nightwing, and Draven was a big help to that. I always love that man. That's my bro. The same as y'all say, that's my brother. You know, we don't get to talk as much, but you know, it's always still love there because we both became vastly busy with life. But when we do get a chance to see each other, it's like nothing ever stopped before. You know what I mean? Him and I alone got stories on stories. You need like 3 episodes full just to talk about. Yeah. But so I was,
on episode 3, we're gonna start the roundtables, right? That means we're gonna have more than one individual on this show. It's gonna be crazy, but the only individuals we're gonna bring on are people that are gonna be past interviews. I will make it a point. Hey, we're going to keep it a surprise who's all going to be on the round table. But I will say at least that you and Draven will be at the same time because I think that could be very, very entertaining. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Facts. I'm down with that. Yeah. So, like, basically, I was Nightwing for like 2 or 3 years, right? And then I'll say the truth of it. At the time, what I've noticed is even though my name was eccentric enough to make it different, it was spelled so different, I made it too complicated. So not only was fans mispronouncing my name, interviews were mispronouncing my name, promoters at shows were mispronouncing my name, misspelling my name. And basically at that point, it was like, damn, I gotta figure something out. So
wait. Brother, do you feel his pain?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I ever put your name up so much, in all honesty, though. It's just Mister DKB. It's like motherfuckers can't get those 3 initials right for their life. Because you know
No, but I've been there, too, because I've changed my names 125,000 times, too. That's why it's down to DKB, you know what I mean? Like, because DKB stands for something, like, I thought, you know, like, I had to go more radio, because it was Dat Killa Blunted, and I'm thinking at the time, if I'm going to go to a label, or I'm going to be on radio, or, you know, shit like that, like, Dat Killa Blunted, it's not very friendly, so, like, I'm going to be Mister DKB, and then all of a sudden, I know this dude named Mr. Fab, which is cool, because, like, I hit him up, and, like, he was, like, really cool, like, this was before he popped off, this is MySpace days, you know what I mean, and he gave me his blessing. So, like, it was always cool like that, like, and then, like, so nobody really asked me what DKB is, you know what I mean, which was cool, but, like, yeah, they get it wrong, BKD, you know what I mean, JFK, FDR, whatever, they call me whatever they want. I think it's more of, like, a shot to, like, fuck you, like, we don't, you, like,
it's
you know what I mean.
It's like this, from my perspective, at least for me, when it was happening to me, it, like, because what I can say now as Grayson, which we can go into later, if y'all want to, I feel like
we gonna get to
the artist that I am now, compared to in all levels, like notoriety, accolades, and other stuff, compared to when I was Nightwing, they didn't care as much. Because now everybody, I'm sorry to raise my voice, now everybody kind of be careful how they do my name. Because I made it a point, like, no, now I'm not changing my name again. I made it easier for y'all. So if you're fucking it up this time, you're just being a dickhead, and we won't do no work together. Because it's like, I did it twice, and I already got enough flack from it. Like, so.
Hey, can I say, that makes me think that when we're going on fucking performing, we just need to tell motherfuckers to call you DKB, and if they fuck it up, and if we know it's a dick move. Because I know of at least one time when we were going to perform at a live show, that shit was a goddamn
I remember
dick move.
that, yeah.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was straight a dick.
Because
what I
like I
mean?
got the
Have you,
look, I
just out
got
of
the look
curiosity,
before he
has that
said
ever
it.
happened?
I don't even remember what it was, but yeah,
As
like
as
live.
Nightwing, I didn't have
Like you ever
anybody
had a
do it on
live,
purpose.
like in your
Huh?
face, like in your
Uh,
face, not like not just like on a like you know what I mean, like writing your name or on a track, but just like you're going live. Somebody's coming to like here on next performance Nightwing, they just fuck it up on purpose just because they know, you know what I mean.
Nah, it's like the only times that someone was doing it on purpose, it was like my colleagues to be funny, and we was cracking up together about it, because
Right, that's
they were
cool
like,
though.
"Yo, you changed your name and you just made it more complicated," and I was like, "Yeah, you right." Da, da, da. We just laugh about it, but like as of like at the times when I was doing the tours and the shows and stuff with like when Draven was there, it's like if they messed up my name, it's because they didn't see my name as important. Now it's like, I kind of walk in a whole different light. Because I've grown a lot in this game, and one of the things I've learned while being Nightwing is I know my value as an artist, and I know what I bring to the table, and luckily enough in my career, like if anybody could do research on any of those three names, it's like I headlined and had events and done things where like someone like you look on paper and say, yo, someone you can call a nerdcore artist, or someone that raps about nerdy things on 100% basis, don't take any breaks for the last 9 to 10 years, puts on his own shows in the city, etc., etc. Mid-Atlantic Emmy nominated, like it's a lot. You know what I mean? Headlining different conventions, even during COVID. It's like at this point, it's like people kind of recognize it, and if they don't, then they're not gonna see me after that point. You know what I mean? So, but to go back to the name, so I knew a colleague of mine that I've met as I was Nightwing. His name is Substantial. Now, Substantial worked with a producer. Sadly, he passed away before I even started rapping. His name was Nujabes, and he's a legendary producer that actually made the beat for this anime called Samurai Champloo. It
Hmm.
was
Yeah,
it was the
yeah, yeah.
opening
oh,
song.
whoa. Oh, Halls. That's dope as fuck. I love that anime. It
Yeah.
is honestly, if you were to sit here and tell me, like, I don't know, even my top five, I'd really probably have to put that one in there, Grayson. That is a phenomenal anime. Yeah, Samurai Champloo is I mean, yeah, bro. I see you nodding your head.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That's fire.
See, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, man. You can tell there's three nerds in the house, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but yeah, so like Nujabes is the one that made the beat for that, and the one I was rapping in the opening credits, his name is Shingo 2. So Shingo 2, Substantial, and Nujabes back in their time, they still going, but back in their time they were making music together. So Substantial was on the albums that Nujabes made, in his time when he was still alive. So I met Substantial at this convention called BlurCon, and that was actually my first booking as a headliner. I was one of the people performing for that convention, and I got his number and contact, and he had a consulting service. So I decided to purchase a service to see what I can do as a marketing and stuff. And one of the main things he told me that I remember to this day, he said, "Hey, yo, your name and your image is too close to this character. I know you really like it, but even if it's spelled different, you can still catch a lot of trouble eventually if you get big enough," which I believe you will get big enough. So I think you should try changing your name one last time. That way you don't have to deal with that. And like that was like a year before I decided to actually do it. And I was really thinking about it. And then as DKB and myself was talking about, I learned I was having twins, and it was in 2020. And at the same time,
Oh,
yeah.
hell, dude. Firstly, congratulations for doing that all successfully. Like literally during COVID. I got a 3-year-old, so like he was born right before COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could only imagine going through the experience of having to deal with hospitals for pregnancy
Right.
during. I apologize that you had to do that. I I proceed with the story though. I just had to say I'm sorry, bro, because holy shit, I could only imagine. Like just taking him to the doctor when he was a kid, you know what I mean? Like a newborn, like it was a pain. For a fucking pregnancy.
Yo, it was there was some tough days for me and my girlfriend, you know. But we got through it and it was a healthy pregnancy. But I appreciate it though. But so
yeah, congrats. And
yes.
you ain't seen shit yet, bro.
Yo, word. Nah, I've been here. But yeah, so my one son name is Abel, which I had that name since I was like 15. I wanted to name my first son Abel. What we didn't know we were gonna have two boys. We thought we was gonna have a boy and a girl. So when we figured out we was gonna have another boy, we had to figure out a name, right? So we're just throwing names to the wall. You know what I mean? Nothing was sticking. And then on Facebook, I when I finally announced, hey, I'm gonna be a father. I wanted to announce I was being a father, and I wanted to announce I was changing my name, basically because of that, and how I was like gonna go with music at this point. And I made my first song as Grayson was called Twins, and it was about my excitement and happiness I look forward to being a father. It was a song for them. So I on Facebook, you know how we have our nicknames on Facebook. I put Grayson, but obviously you can't put numbers in the Facebook still. So I had to spell it with the E and the O and whatever. So we went to like a family gathering. I think it was like for the Super Bowl. We was just chilling. And everyone saw the song in the name because my girl shared it. The whole family shared it. Everyone shared it and was really happy with it. Because a lot of people didn't even know I rap like that aside from like close family members. So they were like, yo, Grayson, is that your middle name? I'm like, no, that's my artist name. They're like, yeah, Grayson's a dope name. And then my girl looked at me, he's like, can we name the second one Grayson? Because I was going to lean to King.
And I don't even like, bro, if you don't something right here, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Can I say that? Like, cause, like, are you serious? Like, no. That's, and I'm talking to my brothers. Like, DKB, are you like,
yeah?
What?
Of course, my son's name's Grayson too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how the conversation started. Like before.
But yeah, definitely, it's just crazy. Like of course, mine's with the A. Like I didn't know, like you spelled your name with a 3 and a O.
Yeah.
For you, Grayson. Now explain that.
Yeah. So basically,
real quick, can I just say, before this interview started,
what's the chances of us nerds having connecting?
I just had to go grab a chocolate real quick, and when I came back, I expected the conversation to be on.
We was off air. This is before
before
we started. Right.
Yeah, and your name is Grayson, and his son's name is Grayson. I did not know you had a like. Are you serious? Proceed, Grayson. That's real honest. That's all.
Oh,
I feel you.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
See, the reaction you talking about is exactly what we needed. That's That's a perfect reaction. Like
I had that reaction off air. Like I knew your name was Grayson. Like
because the reason I put the 3 and the O in my name is for one, like I wanted to make it eccentric enough, but not too eccentric, of course. I was turning 30 that year when I found out I was having kids and everything. So it was like I was turning 30 that year. I was going to be a father, and I was just changing my whole style of how I approach music, like advancement of music. And like even though 2020 was COVID, 2020 was actually a very good year for me in music as well. So it was like everything was happening, and that was like a very specific time. So the 3 and the O represents the year, like the age I was gonna be. Plus, technically, it's the third name, so technically 3 names. That's it, and there's no more that's happening. Yeah. But that's like I'm really intricate in my moves that I do.
I was gonna ask you, like, how hard was that to transition to a third name? Like when you first heard that, but like obviously, like it came pretty easy. Like it was like a fucking smooth shit. Like it was meant to be. But like at first, when the dude first told you, like damn, I've already put in 2 years as Nightwing. Now he wants me. I mean, like you understand it, but at the same time, you're like, damn.
It's like the funny enough thing about it was, so like y'all know me as Grayson, but my brand, like who, like I say, like I'm a gamer, not a gangster. So that's been the thing from the genesis of me making music, and that's always been the thing with me. So that's stuck with it. So people like see gamer, not a gangster, they know it's me. Um, and then on top, the people that like, I can say it like this: the people that pay attention to what's going on with me and my music and my career, they're the ones that are gonna know, regardless of whatever name I go by, they're gonna keep following. They're the real supporters. Then you get people that kind of look in and out, and they notice it because I have my picture all, and they know what I'm doing because it's not a lot of dudes that are rapping about what I rap about on a constant basis, especially in my area and doing what I'm doing. They're gonna be like, oh, that's him. That's the dude. All right, cool. Now of course there was some people that like fell off, and then they got reacclimated with me because, like I said, 2020 was a good year. 2020 was a year. I worked with this place called not home base, Touchstone, and they do like shows there because it's a theater. But they did this thing where for Lehigh Valley where they wanted to make a song about peace and freedom because everything else happened in 2020 was the riots. So I was a rapper for that song, and because of that song, it got me on the local news, getting interviewed because they had a show later that year on October, and then later on, like the following year afterwards, it got nominated for a Mid-Atlantic Emmy. So now I'm an Emmy-nominated artist because I'm on that song. And then on top of that, right, that's that side.
Stop.
So
Wait, just stop.
Yeah.
I will for real.
Right. All right, proceed.
Yes. So on that side of it, I did that on 2020. Then at 2020 as well, I got into a new community of artists that do the same stuff as me because what I do is like there's a scene for it called nerdcore. So basically anybody and everyone that does that, that's the scene for it. So I was already in a certain scene for it. And I was getting known through that, which all of them already understood and figured it out, and they just made their jokes for it. But
I gotta interrupt and just ask real quick, man, because I'm familiar with nerdcore. Actually, during the NFGR days, oh Jesus Christ, the fact that his name escapes me is pissing me off.
I know. Like we had a conversation about it because I'm like, we do some nerdcore shit, but like I don't think we can be considered nerdcore. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then you brought up this dude that you told me like that's all he does is like 100%.
For what we do, extended hop, but yeah, no, it's extended clip hop, bro. That's what we do. There's no other name for it. There's nerdcore shit in there. There's hip hop shit. It is what it is. That's Killa Factor. But I digress, right? Because my question is excuse me, smoking too many damn cigars. I won't lie. Whatever, man. Stress is a bitch. But if you could pick an artist, nerdcore wise, just specifically in the nerdcore genre, man, like who would you want to work with, bro?
Who I want to work with?
Like you could just grab whoever the hell. MC or fucking Mega Man.
Mega Ran?
Mega Ran. That was a dude.
Jesus Christ, why the fuck?
That was the dude we was talking about. That's the only guy I know. Like
dope ass.
Yeah.
No,
Mega Ran was dope.
Mega Ran is the reason I got into rapping in general. Well, he got me into rapping because he made an album called Black Material, which is about Final Fantasy VII. And when I was in college, that's when I found it and bought it on iTunes. It was literally my first album I ever bought. On internet wise. The real first album is Rhythm and Gangsta, but that's a whole nother thing. But basically, he's the one that showed me that you can rap in that intensity about a game or about anything nerdy. Because normally in hip hop, you hear bars. It's like one bar here connecting to another bar, but the whole song is about something else. Someone making a whole album about the story of a video game that is so treasured to me, he was like the closest thing to an idol to me. Now, if you look into like
now, what year was this?
Him and I already worked like several times because he's featured.
I fucking knowing that, by the way.
Huh?
Like, I My apologies for not just fucking knowing that. The 144
No,
is
no.
extensive. It's extensive. You know what I mean? The 144 is very, very extensive.
No,
We'll get
I
into
know.
more of that.
Yeah, I had to talk with Judo on that myself, but basically,
by the way.
yeah. So basically, with Rand, I met Rand like a few years ago, and I kind of geeked out because it was like, yo, I've been listening to you since I was this age, and he's like, oh, I know who you are. He's known me since Maverick, so we have a song for him featuring with me. He has a song with each name that I've changed into. So he has a song with Maverick, he has a song with Nightwing, he has a song with Gr3ys0n.
That's dope.
That's worked on his
classic.
Yeah.
That's classic, Gr3ys0n. That is like, I don't think you could get anything like that's priceless.
Yeah, and basically him and I've worked on his stuff. Like I was on a cipher that he did for Apex Legends, where I was rapping as Bloodhound. We did something together with my group Otaku Gang a few years back for a Mega Man cipher, and I was Bomb Man for that. And recently, the most recent, I was on his can I call it deluxe? I'll call it the deluxe album. He had an album last year called Live 95 or Live from 95. And it was basically like I believe it was like basically a sports basketball theme type album that he did. And then he did a deluxe version where he had like a bunch of extra songs that he didn't get to put on the original one. And right now it's on his Patreon, but he told me it'll be on streaming sites and everywhere else, probably by November. But I got to be on a song with him called Izanagi, where we're talking about the haters and what they talk about, etc. Which ironically, the timing of it was perfect for me to do the verse. So whenever that gets out, I'll pass it off to everybody so y'all can hear what I did. Cause like Mega Ran's kind of like Mega Ran is goals. Like he'll probably see this interview, but he knows how I feel. He is goals. He's rapped for the official music for Mortal Kombat 11. He's rapped for Marvel's Capcom. He's been licensed by Capcom. He's been rapping. He rapped for AEW. Yeah. He made a song for Xavier Woods. He's done so much.
Hold on. He raps for AEW?
He had a song for AEW.
Oh, see, I was unaware of that, man. Sometimes life gets crazy and you miss out on things.
No, yeah, he's performed. What's the one? The one that Bubba Ray's in. I forgot.
Impact. Well, it's Impact now. It used to be TNA.
Oh, I'm missing. It was something like ROR or something. RO. Huh?
RO. Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he performed in Ring of Honor.
I swear to God.
I'll be free. I'm not like I'm no wrestling, but not as much as everyone else would.
Yeah, that's
but like I know kind of it. But he's performed for that.
Grayson, Ring of Honor is you're a bit of a wrestling nerd. You don't just watch wrestling. WWE and AEW are the things that you just watch wrestling right now. Ring of Honor, well, except for the fact that fucking Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor and now he's like really pushing everything on AEW.
Yeah.
Which is really helping the pushing based on, but that's a whole other long story. But as far as just knowing Ring of Honor, I mean, I know Ring of Honor because WWE pissed me off when they fake blew up Vince McMahon. And I was like, look, bro, I don't need a soap opera. I want to see somebody almost die, right? That's what Ring of Honor had. Like on a and I don't mean like on a death match violence level. I mean on a holy hell, how did that dude just land on his head and continue to move level? That's dope, man. I agree though. I just want to say Mega Ran is goals, bro. I fully agree with that. So yeah, I can understand because like that's a dope artist, man. Like the fact that we had him on NFGR was a privilege.
Yeah, because honestly, like I seen him. Was it last month? I think it was last month. We had a show together at a convention in New Jersey called East Coast Gaming Con. So we was hanging out like the whole weekend and all that, just chilling and talking.
I can't help it. Sorry, East Coast Gaming Con. Doug Wagner was just in the motherfucking house, and he will soon be on the questionnaire. Yeah, I had to. I'm sorry. Sorry, Grace. Can't help myself with the promo. It's fucking terrible. Make sure you check out Grayson too, though. You know what I'm saying? With a 3 and a 0, right? We can get into 140 shit. I swear. It's like continue, bro. This whole interview is gonna be about how he got his name, brother.
No, yeah, like we kind of like transition because like I got the Grayson and that was it. Like because then the next question is like, so how did the transition of that and then you got the rant? So like it's gonna be smooth, you know what I mean? But like so. Damn, how did I even get the Yo, I forgot the last question. Oh shit, I did. I was talking about red. I forgot what I was talking about.
I don't know either.
Oh wait, I remember. Hold up, I remember now. I remember. So in 2020, my bad. But the transition from, because I was asking how people transition of getting with the transition. Basically everything better happened at 2020 while everyone was going through a pandemic. Because I had my kids and everything. I got Emmy nominated. I was on local news. Thank you. And I got in a community of other nerdcore artists that was on YouTube, and they were big on YouTube. And I met some of them here and there, but I didn't know like the grasp of what they were, how big they were. And then I got asked to do one cipher with someone named Game Boy Jones for like a Dragon Ball Z cipher. And I was actually rapping as Yajirobe, and I had one of the best verses. So then that got my notoriety shot through the roof. And then I started doing other ciphers with other big artists like Rustage. I did one for my boy Dizzy 8. Huh?
Because I'm just trying to remember properly. Isn't Yajirobe the character that rolls with TN?
No, Yajirobe is the fat guy that has a sword, and he's usually with Korin.
Okay. That's even funnier.
Yeah.
The fact that you have the best verse on there, and it's been a while since I've watched it.
No, that's the thing. It's like a lot of people, even to this day, a lot of people was like, "Oh, you should have been Trunks." Might as well just been Trunks because of the fact that you did so well. Because
character on DBZ, I want to point out, is Trunks. So excellent choice.
Mine is Gohan, but Trunks is definitely dope. Definitely fire.
I want to check out the new movie that just dropped and see what they did with that.
I seen it yesterday.
I was always a Piccolo guy.
Piccolo?
Yeah. I don't know, but I like the villain too. Like I always like Frieza and shit like that too. Like just,
but Piccolo,
but like
Piccolo's
Master, like it's hard for me to pick a fucking character like Master Roshi. Fucking, you could just name any character you name on there is almost like gold.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just a great show.
So one of the things with me, if anyone ever like hears enough of my music, I say like Slash is kind of like my ad lib. So when I was Yajirobe and I did Slash and then I do a verse, and it was like kind of like every big cipher I was on, I kept doing that. So like a lot of people, like let's put this in perspective. Game Boy Jones would have one video by himself and do like 1 million views. So that cipher with a bunch of other artists was like 1 million, 10 million views. And then I was doing those ciphers with other people. So like in that year, I had like maybe less than 200 subs. By the end of the year, I had over 2,000.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog, that's up.
Yeah, and then at the same time, because of the fact of all the shows I did prior, all the songs I was already putting out, and then now being a part of this community, combining it all together, my career kind of skyrocketed to where I'm getting booked more and getting more shows. And then me doing my own shows in my own area, I was starting to get a lot more respect in that regard. So like it was like a lot of stuff kind of like came together within that year, ironically, of it being COVID. Like COVID, I could say was like the best year ever. Like for my music.
Can I just say real quick, the thing that's funny to me is ain't neither of y'all taking a drink during this whole interview, and I'm done on my 3rd different beverage, but that's totally besides the point. At least one of them was water, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm curious, man. So you're really in the nerdcore, and then you get into the 144. Like, what was that when Judah? What was that experience when Judah brought you into the 144? And even because this is something that more people I bring on, I know for a fact, no one within the 144 knows all of the 144 except Judah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah, that's a super fact.
To Judah for assembling such a collection of artists. Like every artist that I've
That
heard
are
from
different.
the 144 is it's different and phenomenal on their own account. You know what I mean? Like they bring a variation of hip hop in some variety, or R&B in cases. I mean, check out Kim's interview. You know what I mean? So what was it like being brought into the collective of the 144, man?
Well, so like at first, right? I was in the 144 for a while.
And I say, because you said you knew Judah before all
Yeah,
this shit happened.
Yeah, because me meeting Judah was through Mugga, because Mugga's my cousin, and like we was there for his birthday party. I don't remember what age he became, but we all like met up, and I saw him, and he had a Superman shirt and whatever. So I was like, "Oh, cool shirt, whatever." You know, I'm just chilling, and then I'm like, "Yo, you look mad familiar," and he's like, "Yeah, my name's Judah Priest." I'm like, oh, "Holy shit," because I knew about him, because you know, in our area, he was doing a lot of shows in that area too. So I was like, "Oh wow, okay," because like Mugga was working with Judah, Buddha Monk, and everything for a long time. You know what I mean? So I've always heard and seen pictures, but I ain't like never met him. So when I finally met him, it was cool. And then he noticed I had a Nightwing shirt at the time. He's like, "Yo, that's a dope Nightwing shirt." I'm like, "What you know about Nightwing?" And he like, "Man, he Superman the reason why he got his name." I'm like, "Oh, I word." So then we got cool like that. And then we like most times he would just crack on me like, "Oh, so you like Dick?" Because like his name's Dick Grayson. So, "Oh, you like Dick then?" I'm like, "Hey, yo, fuck you." And you know what I mean? So like that's when like
real quick, Judah fucking Wood, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna be bringing him on the Chosen World in the future too. Stay tuned for that episode. It'll probably be pretty crazy. Yeah. But you know, between me and this asshole, and you know, we're a pair of assholes, and you know, and then you want to throw Judah's sarcastic self in the mix, and yeah, it'll be interesting. But
oh yeah,
definitely. I can totally see him doing that, man. Oh my god, just listen, like the post between him and Supreme. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to those.
Oh no, yeah, they've been doing that for years, yo. It's crazy how they keep on, yo. It's bad funny. Supreme, I ain't seen him in a few years, but I know Supreme definitely. It's like years. It's because from what I remember, right? If I'm gonna be honest, well,
I got to be a promo whore, man. I can't help myself.
Go ahead.
What was it? 2 or 3? No, 3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
Supreme. Check that shit out.
Yeah.
Word.
Episode 6.
A few years back, because I feel like the new 144 that we got now, and there was an earlier version a few years back, right? So I was in that earlier version.
So he was in that wave too that Preem was talking about.
Huh?
Because Preem was talking about that. There was an original like 9-9, like, and then like then there was a second wave that you're talking about. And now there's a even bigger thing.
Yeah, I was in. I think I was in the second wave. Yeah, I was in the second wave of it because at first I was known as an affiliate, and then I got thrown in as a with me, Jay Butter, and Gr3ys0n. That's when we all got in at the same time. So shout out to Jay Butter. That's my sis. So basically, at that point, you know, I was doing my own thing, and I was like, whatever y'all need me to do, you need a verse, you need something, just let me know. And I was trying to keep up with Messenger. But Messenger kind of gets crazy, as y'all know it, because it's hard to keep up with everyone talking at once. And, you know,
especially,
I guess,
like that chat.
Yeah, it was like whatever. Yeah, and like I guess stuff happened, and it wound up like it just kind of like phased out. But me, I was kind of like laser focused on what I was doing in my career, because you know it was like me and Judah, we had this relationship. Like when I see you, it's the same way like it was last time. We cool, we happy, we catch up. You know, how's the kids? Hey, yo, I need a verse. Yo, I got you. Say less. You know what I mean? Like Judah hit me for a verse within the first week I had kids. He was like, "Yo, I didn't want to bother you." I'm like, "Yo, shut up. What you talk? What you need? What you need about it? Yo, I need it by today." I say less. Got it within 30 minutes. It's nothing. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like when that first group happened, I was noticing certain things, but I was kind of just doing my own shit. And then when he brought it back, you know, that's when I had a conversation with him myself, because I was like, hey, I need to know I had to call him and call Gr3ys0n, because I was like, yo, what's going on? Because I'm seeing this like a bunch of people, and at this point, it's like I'm down with helping, but I need everyone. I at least need to know, like, whoever's in it, I need to know at least like 75% is putting in the effort, because I'll be damned if someone tries to go off of Judah's name, go off of my name, go off of Butter, Draven, because Draven works. Even though like Draven's a phenomenal MC in my opinion, but he's very, very good at marketing and doing business.
Yeah,
so
that's like I always call him. That's our brother, like in Zay. Yeah, I always call like he's like the fucking head, like he's the head of Voltron. You know what I mean, Draven.
Yeah, he knows how to assemble and does things.
This motherfucker right here, we suck at marketing, right? That's besides the point. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
No problem.
Good at fucking what we do as far as what we do, I'd like to think. Otherwise, I don't think Judah would have ever fucking had us in the 144. You know what I mean? But as far as marketing, we kind of suck. I just gotta say.
That's facts.
I'm pretty decent in what I do, but I'm always like, if I I can give advice to myself, but that's because what I've learned from Draven, what I've learned from people like Rand, people like Richie Branson, who got me in my name bigger as well. Shout out to Richie. And basically, like, when I was talking to Draven about it, he was explaining everything, and he kind of reassured me, like, yo, this is gonna be different. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm with it. You know what I mean? Like, the time that everyone got together and did a show, I think it was July 9th. I couldn't go because that was the time I went to Jersey for the con. Otherwise, I would have been in the show with y'all. You know what I mean? So it was like,
yeah, we wasn't there either because we're on fucking
sucks. Huh? Yeah, it's we're in fucking Indiana.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know I mean? Yeah, we're the Midwesterners at a 144 up in this bitch, right? I mean, I know technically, like, if you talk, like, we're all over technically as far as everybody. There's a lot of people all over the damn place. But yeah, sadly, we're a long ways away with families. And no, I can't tell you how many times I see y'all, like, a group of the 144 out at the show, and I'm like,
fuck. That's why I said I wish we lived on that, you know what I mean, on that fucking coast, man.
Nah, I feel you, yo. It's, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, so when I got into it now, it's more in the sense of, it's like, I try to keep myself, I talk sometimes and I see what's going on, but I also try not to, like, overdo it, because I'm still learning this as an artist. It's like, I know my value, and I'm at this space of trying to respectfully let people know without, like, bragging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, at first, like, what was it? Shout out to Real Mike B, Duts.
So one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, they went to my related show, right?
Okay.
So, I think y'all probably saw it in the chat when I was putting on the show together. I was like, yo, I'm gonna let you know if y'all in the area I want to perform, just hit me up on my own joint. Don't like overload it over here, but like hit me up. So basically when they hit me up about it, I didn't realize, but I also knew, but didn't realize at the same time. Yeah, they knew me as Judah's cousin, but they didn't know I was a rapper. Cause I didn't post anything that I did except maybe one or two times. But it's like, all right, everyone's not going to be able to see it. That's how Messenger works. You know what I mean? So basically, when Duts and I'm about to say Tyler, but he goes, I know his rapper name, but I see his regular name.
Yeah, me too. I see Tyler too.
Lazy. Yeah, yo, of course. Cause like his name is like, yo, it's something, but it's like I can't. It's because his name is like perfect, but it's also like, well, if I see your regular name, it's like, all right, well, I know your regular name now. Duts is like Duts, bro. Like you can't forget that. It's like a bag of chips. But basically, like when him, Mike B, they came to the show, and I was telling him the set time, and like, yeah, and then I go on this. Mike B's like, yo, you rap? I'm like, oh, you don't know that I rap? And he's like, nah. Oh, you're gonna learn today. And because now it's like, oh, well, you don't know who I am, like that. Okay. Because me, it's like on a confidence level, I feel like I'm one of the illest MCs. Like I can't say only in the group, just like standing. Like if you ever hear me rapping any type of, you put me in a track, I'm going to body it regardless, and not in a sense of I'm going to kill the other rappers crazy. I can do that, but if you have a topic like you're talking about a certain thing, I could do that as well. I'm really well versed in my MCing.
Speak, Grayson. We're putting together the next Killa Factor album. Well, we're gonna do some short shit, and then we got something else we're putting together that's gonna be more like Wickedness and Retribution that we just dropped. There is a very specific track, bro. You got no idea. Like, do you feel it, bro? You remember the one I said was gonna be 144 packed, and it's gonna be a lot of us, and we're taking them to a motherfucking theme park.
Oh yeah.
Mimi, I got
you. Are you on that?
I got you.
Feeling me on that, bro?
I guess. I still don't know what to think about that track, but whatever.
Fuck you. It's gonna be brilliant. Nobody knew what to thought of fucking AA either, and you can't tell me that track ain't fucking awesome.
Shit happens. Whatever. Yeah, I trust you. I put my trust in you, right? You know what I mean? That's just how it happens. Like, I wanted to get into, like, before, like, we even got this far, like, what gave you the confidence to say, like, because, like, you from the same era, obviously, like, we're at, like where you say you got to be hard like a motherfucker, and then, like you still come hard, but, like, now you're on this other side, like, where normally, like, people, like, if they do, like you said, people just throw out little rhymes here and there, and you're doing it, like, you're going all in. What made you decide to go on that side? You know what I mean?
Well,
like, to the more,
it's kind of the whole essence of who I am, because, you know, I feel like the best hip hop is hip hop when hip hop artist is being honest of who they are. So me, like, my brand being gamer not a gangster is because I'm a gamer not a gangster. You know what I mean? I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn. It was tough. I live in 5 Points, Bethlehem, PA. It's nicer now, but back in the day, it's tough.
Right.
But I played my games. I hung with my friends. I learned about my comic books, and I watched my anime. I ain't never push a brick. I ain't never sell no drugs or nothing.
Real quick,
you know what I mean? I ain't never robbed nobody.
Hopefully the statute of limitations is cool on me, but yeah, like, I've done both that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I know for a fact we both come from fucking places that ain't as harsh as the two places he just
no,
said.
but yeah, no, like, I salute you for surviving. You know what I mean? And not being a product of your environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So me, it's like, for me, it's the combination of that, and it's also the combination of, like, for people that I do know that have done those things or been close to those things, they rap about it because that's what they know. So for me, if I say a line saying I'm the one taking the lunch, my girl out of this world, I gladly making my lunch, and knowing that it's a Starfire reference because she's an alien, I'm saying I'm Nightwing, you know, and the way I construct rhymes and shit is because this is what I know. You know what I mean? I know a lot about anime. I know a lot about comic books, DC and Marvel, a little sprinkle of Dark Horse, and bro,
you heard?
Yeah, and I know a lot about video games. I grew up on video games. I grew up on all three of these things, and that's what things that made me into the man I am today.
Right.
Yeah, let me stop. I'm gonna stop you right there, because, like, I was gonna touch on this earlier, but, like, the name change shit, and, like, you was talking about, like, it's close, but it's not. You know, like, it could still be, like, my last group that I had before, like, you know, me and Factor linked up. I was in Super Smash Bros, but it was Super with the AH, which Super. Like, it's different, but it's not. But, like, you still, like, you know, you look it up, and it's like you'll get half of your shit, you'll get half of, you know, like, shit that's not yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no clue where I was going with that, but I just wanted to fucking throw that in there with, like, the video game. And I was just talking about, like, how we was all, like, yeah, like, we just know shit, like, it's cool, like, I mean, yeah, like, how, like, when you're doing shit like this, when you hear other people that's, like, reacting to it, you know what I mean, like, that you wouldn't think like normally, like, oh, you like anime, like, you know what I'm saying, like when you seen Judah, oh, what do you know about Spider-Man or Superman? What do you
See,
know about?
with Judah,
It's just like
it's kind of
random shit like that.
it's like it when because Judah, like Judah, I always knew about, but I didn't get to look into his music at the time before I met him, and then I kind of figured it out after I met him because the way he constructs and while he raps is like, oh, of course you like Superman, and of course, and look at even as the 144 chosen few, it's like, bro, like, oh, the round table, that's knights and shit. That's not no street shit. That's Dungeons and Dragons type shit. That's the nerdiest shit. You made a whole collection of artists.
I can't help myself but give my fucking brother a shout out.
Oh, thank you.
For fucking putting that dope ass cover together. Because I like to think that shows, that fucking that 144 round table cover, is dope as fuck. And that motherfucker right there killed that shit. I just had to say.
No, yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? And it's like it's kind of like what I think as an artist, what I also differ as is I'm still a student of the game. And I still know how to I know how to separate being a fan of rap, being a rapper, and being a student. So when I'm listening to somebody, especially if I know them and they're my peoples, I listen to them. So I can tell just by the way they rap, and especially when they use the bars like that. So let's say, for example, right, like some regular degular ass guy, he says like, hey, yo, man, my pocket's green like Piccolo. All right, you level like 1. You're like you know Dragon Ball, but like just because you use that bar, I'm not gonna assume you watch the entire thing because it's very easy.
I just have to ask a question about a bar of mine that will probably never be heard anywhere, and I want you to rate the level of it. I'm assuming the levels are 1 through 10.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because you said you're.
Well, now it's gonna be heard everywhere.
Huh?
And now it's gonna be heard everywhere.
Fucking bar.
Yo.
Fucking bar. And I totally might use this shit at a later point. If I find the right beat to it, I'll probably change the hook though, but that's neither here nor there. All right. That Cesarian had a nice bike. I think I'll take it over.
See, because you saying Cesarian already is like above, because everyone doesn't know what that is.
That's why I just want to level on it, bro.
Yeah,
that's all.
I put that as like a 7, because like it's like you say, because at first they gotta know what a Cesarian is to catch the rest of the line. So it's like you're like, yo, what the hell is like? Some people are like, what the fuck is that?
Take that motherfucker's bike. It's nice.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's because like one of my favorite lines I ever said. I gotta say like the whole stanza of it, but I was like, so in line with no masters. I said no masters. I never learned from a lecture. Bullseye to your stomach will lay you out like a lecture. Oh shit, yeah. Because I said like bullseye to your stomach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like the way it's constructed. Because a lot of people like now people know it because they saw the show, but like before it was like, oh wow, or
Quick, I gotta ask. Is it funny to realize that some of the bars you've written, because I've had crap like this happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens more, because if DC does not make a Lobo movie, they're a pack of idiots. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. I don't know why. You got your Deadpool. Fool, use him, right? That's just my opinion. I'll never say it on the questionnaire, but that's another point altogether. But is it odd to you to realize that sometimes based on how much comic books have entered pop culture and continue to do so, that some of the bars that you've written that were way more harder to realize then will become way more prevalent and easy to know? Like, is that odd to you?
Not anymore. It used to be.
Fair enough.
It's like because it's like there's like let's say with the YouTube thing, right? Because the format of what the YouTube community does. So a lot of us rap at a very, very high productive state. So to put an example, I drop at least a animated music video every 2 weeks. So just last Saturday, yesterday, I dropped I got a video done and made for a song I made called Tekken. Now,
using like video footage from the
game,
animes
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's a whole system with it. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, a lot of people make brand new songs about certain pop culture references, whether it's anime, video games, or whatever, and then they have the song drop and have the anime video for it for the YouTube. That way, the viewership can watch it that way. Because a lot of the fans like watching that way instead of it just being the lyrics and stuff, or even a regular music video. They like it more of what they were watching for. And then they happen to like the song and they put it on their playlist, and then that helps out. It's a whole system with it. And algorithm thing with it as well, which is why I'm almost at 3,000 now of subs. But basically, like yesterday,
real quick, and I gotta say, subscribe to the Chosen Few YouTube page right now if you're watching it on there, because we got a bunch of more dope interviews coming. We got a bunch of interviews we've already done, but continue, Grayson. I'm a promo whore.
Oh, definitely, I got you. So basically, I just dropped a video yesterday for Tekken. 2 weeks before that, I dropped a video. Let me look. I think I did it for. I'm pretty sure I did a remix with my friend Rated R. He's back. He's out in New York, and we did a remix to. No, actually, you know what? I dropped Tekken, and then 2 weeks ago, I dropped my music video free. I think one of y'all or both of y'all seen it, and then before that, I did a remix to Neck and Wrist called Tekken Fist with my boy Rated R, and we was rapping Tekken bars on that.
I know is like DKB. Correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't we like reached that point?
Yeah, we have. We probably have because we started a little bit earlier.
Isn't it like I'm sitting here? Well, yeah, dude. I honestly think we're beyond that point based on the fact this has been a phenomenal interview, Grayson. I want to point that out. I love it. But oh my God, it's funny. I think we've reached that point, and there's so much that we haven't gotten into.
All right, so basically, for me and my peoples, we drop like every 2 weeks. That's including ciphers, songs, and I still drop albums. I'm dropping an album, Identity Crisis Part 4, which is the representative of Gr3s0n, because I have Part 1 is for M80, Part 2 is for Maverick, Part 3, which is called Back to Bloodhaven, is for Nightwing. Because the first album that Nightwing made, or when I was Nightwing, was called Welcome to Bloodhaven.
Do you know about Bloodhaven, Jay? No, see, he don't. He's already looking. Though. He's that's the area. That's the area of the town that Nightwing.
Why you do like that?
Like Gotham City is Bloodhaven.
Not a lot of people know about Bloodhaven. Bloodhaven is basically where Nightwing patrols. Like,
okay,
that's his. Yeah, that's his streets, Bloodhaven.
Yeah, Nightwing lives in Bloodhaven. That's where he's
not
at.
A big DC guy.
Jay don't. Factor don't like. He always gives me shit because I like Batman. And like Batman related shit. I just like Batman related shit, but yeah. Batman is fucked up. He had all that money and he did what he did. But whatever.
Yeah, if you want to hear the best Batman story that will probably never happen, it's oh god, man, I want to say it was Ariel Mandel, episode 3, on the questionnaire. The story, I'm not gonna spoil it. You all, if y'all gotta want to hear it, and y'all are some Batman geeks, y'all gotta go listen to him tell it, because the way he tells it is phenomenal. But the story that he would tell with Batman was funnier than hell, and I so wish DC would hit up Ariel Mandel and have that shit done. I can't even tell you, man.
They don't like to make fun of their hero.
It's not making fun of, though. It's a great twit. Look, I'll tell y'all after the show.
That's why they make those alternate reality, those fucking tangents.
Anybody watching, y'all got to go peep episode 2 of the questionnaire if you want to hear
I think it's time, though. We got to cut this shit to the...
Isn't it terrible, bro? I feel like there's so much more.
No, we can still talk about some stuff. Whatever.
We can still. Whatever. I can just speed through it. I don't have to give you the long version. I can answer whatever.
Oh, you better, dude. No, the next question is not for long answers. I assure you, right? Don't go give us no long answers on this shit, bro. I'll lose my fucking mind, and I'm already crazy enough. DKB can totally attest to that.
Yeah, maybe.
See the smirk? See the smirk? That's all I'm saying. Right? Right? But, yeah, goddamn, Grayson, it's been a pleasure. It really has, bro. And I really think I might have to. God, I got so much other shit planned on the questionnaire. There's part of me that wants to bring you on as a guest, but I'm like, I got fucking Doug Wagner. I got fucking Stephen Grant. I got so many people coming up. I got, Matt Hawkins is the first episode. I got like so many people coming up on that. There's part of me that's like, I don't want to bring anybody that's not a comic book creator, which kind of sounds like a dick move, but that's what the fuck the show's about. This is the chosen few. And God damn, it's been a dope interview, but it's that time. Yeah. That time for that Killa Factor conundrum of questions. Yeah. Bro, start it off.
Favorite comic book?
Ooh.
Nightwing.
Man. All right. Favorite comic book character besides Dick Grayson. Stop liking Dick so much. I couldn't help
it. Favorite comic book character other than Dick Grayson. Off top. God damn it. I don't want to say Bruce Wayne. I don't want to make it mad easy. Shit.
Villain. We'll go villain then.
Villain?
Yeah.
Oh, Two-Face.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Favorite food?
Chinese.
Chopsticks or a fork?
I can do both.
You gotta pick one.
Because chopsticks, you can't use chopsticks for everything. Because, like, if you get the real Chinese food where the rice sticks together, then you can use chopsticks. But if you eat it from, like, a regular spot, it's going to fall through. That's like...
That's true.
So I use forks and whatever, like spoons and joints. I guess it's good for everywhere. So I'll go with that.
What are you doing, bro?
I was relighting my cigar and asking him what his favorite album was.
My favorite album? Like of all time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're making this like...
This
you're like...
conundrum of questions.
Like, narrow it down.
Say that. Easy. Black Materia by Mega Ram.
Good album. Yeah, excellent album.
When you're writing, you got a pen and a pad, or are you using your phone?
I use my iPhone for it.
Favorite MC? I feel like I know this answer already.
A favorite MC?
Yeah.
I would say Mega Ran.
I figured. I just need to double confirm.
Jesus. Favorite color?
Favorite what?
Collar.
Collar?
Yep.
Oh, blue.
Apple or PC?
Oh, PC.
Favorite movie? Movie genre?
Oh, genre. All right. Yeah, superhero. The superheroes count as a genre now? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Years ago, fuck no.
Yeah, my favorite comic book. Oh, yeah, comic book movies are my favorite genre.
All right. You can pick one superpower to have. What you taking?
Teleportation.
Oh,
it's very effective.
I love that answer.
Shit. You drive it or you fucking get an Uber? Or are you calling a taxi?
I preferably like to drive despite not having a license, but like
great answer.
Yeah.
Shit.
I want to say, man, like I was gonna ask anime or cartoons, but I feel like I know the answer to that already.
Yeah.
So, favorite anime?
Anime is anime.
No, favorite anime.
Oh, favorite anime. Oh,
so the cartoon or animes, bro. You
fuck. It would be Yu Yu Hakusho off top.
Ooh, yeah.
Just quick thinking, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Can't go wrong with that. Favorite video game?
Oh, shit. Street Fighter EX3.
I got one.
EX Alpha 3. Yeah, that's the whole title.
Last one, and if you do, bro, follow up. If you don't, that's fine. I want to know if you read them. Favorite manga?
Oh, my favorite manga is Kenichi's Mightiest Disciple That's I think that's the second one I actually finished, but it's one of my favorite mangas I've ever read. It was actually close to being my favorite anime, but because it didn't finish the whole thing, that's why Yu Yu Hakusho got that one. Because that story got a lot better after where they ended it, like most anime. Fuck.
No, I don't have no more.
A follow-up?
No, I don't. That was too
Fair
long of an
enough, bro.
answer.
That shit was. That's why.
And I was thinking about. I was thinking about
that.
that. I remember. I was thinking about that Yu Yu Hakusho DVD I got. It's got like two things on it. It's like Yu Yu Hakusho and something else is on the other side. But like, dude, that's like old shit. Like, I can't believe you even said Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, I was expecting some shit I never heard of. Like, that's some shit.
Nah,
that
yeah,
I
it's
grew up watching.
like,
I remember.
Personally, like, there's a lot of animes I really like, but Yu Yu Hakusho all together, it like it's ahead of its time. Even
Yeah, it was clever.
And like, I guess like if it wasn't Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't even know if I would put it. Like Hunter x Hunter's up there, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I love Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood's a lot better. You have to say Brotherhood. If you say Full Metal Alchemist and leave it at that, it's like, all right, well, where? Really? Like, you know what I mean? Dragon Ball, the original, because I just finished it today. I was rewatching it with my kids. I just rewatched the whole entire thing this month. Dragon Ball is very, very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's superb, dude. Especially the original series. Man!
People don't give enough credit.
I know we ran over an hour.
Oh, we definitely over an hour on this one.
We're supposed to keep these bitches to an hour. That was the plan, but I'm going to give a shit, Grayson. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Likewise.
It's funny because there's so many things I know that we could get into beyond this,
right?
But I would also end up with a 3-hour interview. I've got no doubt in my mind. I did that in NFGR days. Bro, you want to do a 3-hour interview?
I'm with it.
Do you want to edit a 3-hour interview, bro?
All right, that's the question. No, I don't want to edit a 3-hour interview because this is not live. This is done in a different fucking capacity. This is the chosen world. Yo, we've had Grayson in the house. Yo, that's Gr3ys0n. Look that shit up, right? And remember to like, subscribe, and all that good shit, right? Because, you should. There's more there. There's more coming. I promise. The chosen few. I think it runs deep, and I swear when we start doing roundtable episodes, bro, I think it might hurt my head a little bit. I won't.
You can lay back there in your bed of souls.
I think about it. When we have roundtable issues, we don't even have to talk very much. Be like, hey, you four motherfuckers just talk.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we could talk to Grayson for like ever. You know what I mean? Like, but like, yeah, the roundtable is like. It's gonna be something else, you know what I mean? I didn't know like he came the same time as Jay and Gr3ys0n. That's dope. I wanted to get in more of that, but like that's just how it is. That's what's dope, man. It was a dope interview. We didn't even really have to talk about shit. All we did was ask you how you got your name, and like we're over an hour now.
That's terrible too. That's really the only there was shit thrown in intermittently, but the main question was asked: how'd you get your name? And then the Killa Factor conundrum questions. But it has been a pleasure. Grayson, this is the chosen world. I am the unknown factor.
Yeah, and I'm Mister DKB, aka the Machine, and that is the Wade Wilson hip hop since this fucked up ass didn't tell you. And today we've been with Grayson, as we said. 4's up as always. You know what I mean. Chosen world.
4's up.
Peace.
Have a good night, y'all.
Peace.
144, we feeling that. 144, we got your back. 144, can you say hi?
Music.
144, we feeling that. 144, we got your back. 144, can you believe?